Good evening. My name is Adamar Wood. They call me the Zotmeister. I welcome you to Stumper Sunday. It just happened to fall on Halloween. I guess that's the seventh guest then.
He was a drifter, moving from town to town, robbing a gas station here, a grocery store there, until one night. She was coming home from choir practice, but she never got there. Stoff took her purse and ran away. Instead, Stoff had to run and hide. He sunk even lower. He had nothing. No life, no possessions, no dreams. And that's when the vision came. A doll. And in his dream, Stoff reached out. It was a gift. Stoff carved the doll, whittling the haunting face until it was an exact replica. And when he was done, Stoff went to town, to a bar. The owner had a daughter. He said his girl would love the strange doll. And Stoff offered it to the man. And the owner, in turn, offered Stoff food and a place to stay. A simple transaction. The first of many. And that night, Stoff had another vision. Stoff created the puzzle just as he saw it, and everyone wanted one. Stoff opened up a shop because everyone wanted a Stoff toy. Every boy and girl in the town, and from all the neighboring towns. A Stoff toy is a toy for life, people said, and no two are alike. Everyone loved his unique toys. Henry Stoff grew wealthy, but then the strange virus came, and some of the children started dying. Dying, clutching their Stoff toys so close. And there was this one last vision, a last dream of a great house, a mansion that the wealthy toy maker was to build. A strange house, a house that scared people.
My, isn't this a cheery place? What, because it's a spooky old house? Don't worry, dear. I'll watch out for you.
He lied.
What? Don't. I expected more, Mr. Stuff.
Lord, it smells awful too. What's Stoff been doing here?
How did I get here? I remember nothing.
And so it begins. Alright, so before I before I dive too deeply into this, couple technical notes. I had several options for what version of this game to play. I do have the Windows 95 version, the original discs for it. And that was my first go-to. I did have the DOS original back in the day. I loaned it to a coworker, and I never got it back. I'm still a little sore about that to this day. I loaned them everything. The box, the manuals, the style files, booklet, everything, all at once. Very unfortunate. The Windows 95 version surprisingly runs actually reasonably well in Windows 10. A little shocking. It did crash on me once as I tried testing it out, but other than that, it was actually running very smoothly. Until I got to two puzzles in particular, where there was this mysterious lag of several seconds between every move. And since those are the two puzzles that I'm the most likely to screw up something in as I do this, that would mean the majority of the time for this entire playthrough would be spent on those. So, I decided not to do that. I did pick up the 25th anniversary edition of the game, and that was a hard pass. It doesn't like running in a window. It's pretty janky in some ways. Some of the cutscenes, the audio doesn't sync up with the video for some reason. And the subtitles, although they sound like an interesting addition, are laughable. But thankfully, that version of the game comes with a Legacy Edition, which uses, of all things, ScumVM to play the DOS original, and it does so very, very well, and that is what I decided to use. I did consider for a time, fittingly enough for a Halloween stream, Frankensteining the two versions. I was honestly thinking of playing the Windows 95 version, except saving when I got to those puzzles, loading up this version to do just those two, and then going back to that one. But I figured, A, probably not worth the hassle to actually swap back and forth, and B, chances are if you bought this game and wanted to play it today, this is the version you would end up playing. So I figured I would just go with this one as we go. Yeah, there are a lot of videos involved in this game as we step from space to space. We'll be seeing them all animated, and yes, they were rendered frame by frame back in the day. That is how they handled it. That is why this game originally filled 2 CDs. They did quite a lot just to get it to fit there. welcome to the kitchen. I suppose I should, yeah, you access the menu by putting the cursor at in the top area. And there is a map here. Yeah, the Sphinx Ouija board looking thing here. So there are 2 floors to the mansion that you have maps for. You don't go into the attic until the very end of the game. The last 2 puzzles have to be done in a particular order. To start with, you can see what we have access to. It's what's colored in yellow. When we have solved the puzzle in a room, that room turns red, and it can open up more things. The end game happens up in here. We will have to do some back and forth, and I'm going to tell you right now, get used to this. We'll be seeing lots of little bits and pieces of video showing what happened on the fateful night that our ego here is reliving. They will not be in order. They will not be in order at all. So you're just going to have to try to mentally piece everything together yourself in the end, if you really care to. I almost recommend not bothering. But, yeah, so just be prepared for that. It's like, I thought they died already. Yeah, no. So we are seeing things out of order. Our narrator, what we see through our eyes, we're told in the manual that we can consider ourselves an entity known simply as ego, a lost soul or spirit, trying to figure out what happened in Stoff's mansion a number of years ago, probably a number of decades, and just figure out how to make the nightmare end. And I'll that's pretty much all the plot you get to start with. This isn't an adventure game per se. There's no inventory.
I guess our host wants us to fend for ourselves.
Oh, I've tasted better fare.
At least he left his regrets.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
I don't know,
Oh, it says that we're each to have a piece. Exactly the same, including the symbols.
Why, that's impossible!
As for the interface, yeah, you've got the skeletal hand. It wags when it's over something you can't really interact with. It beckons when you can move forward. If you can turn to the side, you can see beckon that way. You can access the menu at the top there, replay a video, thing at the bottom. Usually it's an Easter egg, or sometimes interacting with a puzzle when you see the chompers there. But the big thing is when you see the pulsing brain and the topless skull there. That is telling you you've got a puzzle to go solve. There's no game over state, if that's what you mean, Jag.
Ah, become a grave digger now, have we? You are a glutton for punishment.
And when we've got this eyeball, and it toggles between hot spots by the, maybe iris changing colors between blue and brown, which is a neat little idea, actually. And here's the puzzle that most people end up solving first, and it's a very simple pentomino puzzle. We just take these 30 cells, carve them up into 6 blocks of 5 cells each, and each block needs to have equal quantity of symbols, which simple arithmetic tells us makes 2 skulls, 2 tombstones, and 1 empty space. There are lots of solutions to this puzzle. You can usually just dive right in and find something without too much difficulty, but I like to start by taking out the entire right-hand side as one piece.
2 skulls and 2 stones. The rest is just icing.
Yes, Ego gives you several little hints as you go along. Stoff gives you a number of taunts. And if you truly get stuck, there is a hint book in the game. I'll show you where it is, although I'm not going to be using it for this process. Click the hint book, and it will give you suggestions on the last puzzle that you visited, but didn't solve. Visit the hint book again before you visit a different puzzle, and it will just straight up... Oh, excuse me. Actually, the first time you visit the hint book, it will give you more straightforward instructions for what it is that you need to interact with to get the puzzle done. The second time you visit the hint book on the same puzzle, it will give you a pretty damn solid hint of what it is that you need to do to try to win. And if you visit the hint book a third time on the puzzle, it just straight up solves it for you. You can actually hint book the entire game, except for the very last puzzle. Which is easy enough to brute force. So there is that. But, yeah, I will actually be solving all the puzzles as we go.
Puzzling. Some cannot be created more equal than others.
Yeah, they put in lots of little animations. They did a great job of layering them. No matter what order you remove the pieces, it doesn't look odd. Then I remove the entire bottom. I just think this is the most aesthetically pleasing solution. I have a U pentomino in this corner of what remains. And then a U pentomino in this corner, mirror image. And then, obviously, you can see that these pieces remain insolvent. So yeah, it's pretty close to a symmetrical design once you get rid of the right and bottom. Actually, once you get rid of the right and bottom, what remains is symmetrical. Many, many solutions, it's my favorite.
There.
Don't worry, I won't bite. Edward, we could help each other out. I could help you, and you could help me. Come and talk in my bedroom upstairs, where it's nice and private.
Yes, George Sanger, aka the Fat Man, did indeed do the soundtrack for this game. And he's got all sorts of little bits and pieces going. What's playing right now is a version of the main theme, which is titled The Game. If you have the actual physical disc, the one of the two discs has a long, it's like half an hour long audio track you can put in a normal CD, and it's essentially a version of the soundtrack to the game. And bits and pieces of that would have been in my Twitch playlist if they didn't get muted. Totally would have had them there. Yeah, he designed the audio so that each character basically has their own theme song. And that tango is the woman's there. So if we revisit the map, just so that you can understand the logic here, you can see that this room is now colored in red. And this one is now yellow, telling us that we can now access it. We would not be able to before, and there are several upstairs that we can go into now as well. But I'm going to remain on the first floor for now. You can do these puzzles in quite a few orders. I'm basically just going to make it relatively straightforward. I'm going to try to minimize how much wandering around the mansion I do. I didn't admittedly plan out a perfect route, but we can make it happen. So there are actually two videos to be seen here. One here and one here. I'll do this one first.
When all the 7 guests have gathered, you must figure out what I want. It's a puzzle, Mrs. Knox. And mind you, the others are also working at the same task. It may all depend on who has the greatest need, or who is the bravest. There are clues throughout this house as to what must be done. The house is alive with clues.
Hoping to meet you in the flesh. I remain your host, Henry Smith.
Yes, this is it. No, it isn't.
This is the most pointless cutscene in the whole game.
I still...
There are a lot of infamous puzzles in this game, and this is one of them.
Here's food for thought. Be warned, though. Your mind will be gorged before this night is done.
And so we have the infamous soup cans. It's exactly what it looks like. A letter on each can. They're spaced out as if they are to form words. And yes, there is indeed a sentence that you can spell out with these letters, despite the fact that the only vowel available is 11 instances of the letter Y. It's as simple as clicking 2 cans to
There's
swap.
more to these cans than meets the eye.
It's as simple as clicking 2 to swap their positions. If you've played this game before, I know you know what the answer is. Because, boy howdy, how could you possibly forget? This is the standard speed. You should see the Windows 11 version. It's really Windows 11. I can't speak tonight.
I don't think you can do this.
Yeah, you should see the Windows version, the Windows 95 version. It's very smooth. how fast this keeps going. My apologies to any travelers in the audience. This game is from '93. And yes, that is indeed part of the answer. Have you solved it yet? Not much to say here, it's just putting it all together. The hint book gives you, what's the term I'm looking for? A sentence that doesn't use any of these words, but means the same thing. So you probably see it at this point. There you have it.
Yes.
There. Now I've solved it.
And now that we are on our way back out, we can see the other video. Yes, it's 2 separate videos at the stove, one from each side.
This isn't real.
I smell it. I feel sick.
So we will be coming back into that room later in order to use one of the other doors in it, but until then... we're going this way. The other side of the stairs. With a brief stop off at this.
My dear Mr. Dutton, welcome to my house. The arrangement is simple. You are to spend the night as my guest, and in exchange, I will give you your heart's most secret desire. And you know what that is, Mr. Dutton, don't you?
I require one thing of you, a special service, a task that I set up for you.
There's a guest who hasn't arrived yet. A guest unlike the 6 of you. A very special guest. Your services involve that guest. You must wonder what that service is. But that is the game, Mr. Dutton. The puzzle I've set for you. This is all I can tell you, Mr. Dutton. In the morning, only one of my guests will walk out of this house with his or her every wish granted.
And there is indeed a puzzle on the door. As I explained earlier, every puzzle in the game is optional, Rufus, except for the very last one. You can always triple hint book it, which I figure most people did for the microscope in order to beat the game. I think it's also worth noting that I seem to recall hearing that there was a mobile release of this game at one point, and the two puzzles that I mentioned earlier that don't run so well under the Windows version, the microscope and the piano, are entirely absent from that version. And I have the feeling that was because of how poorly they ran in the Windows version, that there was something about the way those were coded that made them such a nuisance to port. Honestly, chances are the game's better off without those damn puzzles, to be completely honest. But yeah, the microscope game is a lot of fun, but yeah, there are other better ways of playing attacks these days. I have not tried the 13th doll yet because I haven't finished the 11th hour. I know, I need to make that happen at some point. I did buy it. I did pick that up off of GOG. I am looking forward to trying that at some point. I think it's great that they got, you know, the rights to actually call it and advertise it as a fan game of the Seventh Guest. And I think it's great that they got the same actor that portrayed Stauff in the first two to reprise his role. It's great.
It's easy to find a place to start. It's hard to find a place to finish.
Okay, so this puzzle is not terribly difficult to figure out what's happening, but what you need to, how to actually solve it seems to elude people when it's actually pretty simple, but we'll go over it.
Which way should I go now?
Alright, so we've got 8 points around this star here. And we click one and a spider appears on it, but then we're told which way should we go, and we can then only click on 2 opposite points. Spider walks across.
I wonder if you will get the point of this.
Okay, so what's happening here is that we need to fill up the entire outer ring with spiders. But you have to alternate between adding a spider and then moving the spider you just added along one of the lines out where it points. And if at any point, no pun intended, you add a spider that you can't then move because both of the other spots across from it are blocked, then you fail and you have to restart the puzzle. This could trip people up for a bit if they don't actually realize the nature of the puzzle here, which is that all 8 points are in a loop. As you can see, I'm following the cursor along that path. So all you have to do is fill it in loop order, in reverse. It's like I put a spider here and I moved it here. So now this is the next spot I put a spider. I just spawned it in 1 point further back in the loop.
Which way should I go now?
And slide it over.
The points of this star are missing something.
We just
Which way should I go now?
We just keep doing that so the whole thing is filled in.
There's something missing. This star seems to have lost its sparkle. Which way should I go now?
Very simple, very straightforward.
Which way should I go now?
And we could actually break rank here if we wanted.
Which way should I go now?
And then clicking either of these, it moves immediately and it's solved.
Curses!
Come on! Come on! Come! Please!
Okay. We will not be able to access this room yet. It is still locked. It's a pain in the arse, but we can go in here. And this here is the hint book. It is not a puzzle. That is what you click on if you want to get a hint on something, or just skip past the puzzle entirely. There is a puzzle in here, though, an actual puzzle. It's through the telescope.
You'll need more than lenses to focus your thoughts on this one.
So this is exactly what it looks like. It's a word trail. You can see various connections between letters, and there is indeed a path that you can follow. Just happens to link back into the start again, so it is a complete loop, and it does spell out a sentence. You can probably guess, just looking at it, that the word possible has to be part of the answer, and indeed it is. And that can certainly help you solve it pretty quickly. It starts down here.
Now this doesn't make sense. Or does it?
It's just clicking the letters in order. It won't let you click something that doesn't actually connect to the last letter you selected, as you might imagine.
A perplexing planetary poser. How puzzling. Perhaps a phonemic path can be phrased with a little postulation.
And very amusingly, the solution seems to imply there is no solution.
What twisted crime of logic would merit such a sentence?
I love that line.
Old Man Staff built a house and filled it with his toys. 6 guests were invited one night. Their screams, the only noise. Blood inside the library, blood right up the hall, dripping down the attic stairs. Hey, guests, try not to fall. Nobody came out that night. Not one was ever seen. But Old Man Staff is waiting there. Crazy, sick, and mean!
There is a video icon here. Don't click it. You just have to sit through the exact same video you just saw again, and there's no way of skipping it. At least not in the original version. You actually can in the Anniversary Edition. So I am actually going to head back out the way I came just so that you can keep track of things as we move around better. But there is actually a secret passage in the fireplace. We will be taking that later. There are several secret passages to warp you around from place to place. There's another little Easter egg in here, but we'll have to step back in through this place again later. So I'll just show it to you then. We are done with the first floor for now. Time to start tackling some things upstairs. That's an Easter egg right in front of us. You might be wondering why I'm not saving the game, and that's because I already have a bunch of safety saves all throughout the game lined up just in case. But I will show you the map. You can see that most of the first floor is done, but yeah, there's that room we can't access, and there's something over here. And then here's the second floor. This is where we came up. So yeah, we've got rooms on the sides there, and then behind us. I'm going to do these first, then turn around and do these. Farewell is how you leave the game entirely.
Skipping threes and skipping fives. Perhaps that's how one derives the answer to this wordy tale. But you won't win. You're bound to fail.
Okay, so we have a skipping stones spelling puzzle here. A curious little thing. The hardest part about this puzzle is actually discerning the letters, given the font that they used and the video compression. But yeah, it's there. So, as Stuff hints, the way that this works is that we start at the arrow, we end at the exclamation point. You can see that these are already filled in on the outer edge of the board. Oh, GTF, thank you so much for the resub, sir. I greatly appreciate the support for 53 months. Thank you so much. So from there we simply click on one letter at a time as we spell out a phrase. These black spots we can't land on, these stars that show up are essentially the spaces between words. And the mechanic here is that we can only click on a space that is exactly 3 or 5 away from the last one that we were on. We can go in both directions, and we need to. We will actually be picking up every letter, and star as we go. That's what we are here to find out, GTF.
There are stars in space, but no spaces are allowed here. Only stars. What did Stoff mean by 3s and 5s?
There are parts of this that are basically solve themselves. It's like it's the knowing that you have to go through everything, which you might be able to imply by counting the spaces. There are points where you're just simply forced to go through things in a certain order in order to pick everything up.
I can't just step anywhere.
He places the first 6 sagas. That earned you bennies. Somehow you didn't have any. Well, you got 100 now. If you're on Friday nights next month, we'll be doing casino nights. Wager your bennies. Okay. Perhaps the most annoying thing about this puzzle is that it uses a relatively obscure word as part of its solution. That word being ruddy. Basically means of a crimson color. The sky is ruddy. Your fate is bloody.
Don't think you'll be so lucky next time.
You know the others will try to beat us. But it doesn't have to be that way. Not if you and I work together. We can solve Stoff's puzzle. We can win. You can get what you want. What is it that you want? Edward, shall I try to guess? I know where the puzzles are to be solved. I know where the puzzles are. I'll take you there. But first...
The smells. It's changing. I can't breathe. I feel sick.
I will give you everything. I will give you what you want.
Yes, the female actor there, Deborah Ritz Mason, was also the director of all of the live-action scenes in this game. Oh, and fun fact, that is her actual hair. It really was that long. She unfortunately passed away in 2006. She was only 55. Such a shame. She's one of only 3 actors in this game to reprise their role in the sequel. She really only does a cameo in the 11th hour. So the main reason I played that is so that I could tell you this. If you have the subtitles on in the 25th anniversary edition, It's hilarious. Open angle bracket, Martin. Not Martine, her name, but Martin. And Edward. Martin and Edward, both in all caps. Make love. Close angle bracket. It's hilarious. Anyway. We're done in here. Time for the room across the hall.
Oh, it's so beautiful. And oh, it's a maze. I remember doing something like this when I was a little girl. You have to follow it all the way to the center.
Rather disturbing cutscene up here. So that happened. All right. So, this maze. You can see there's an entrance here. There's an exit right next to it, but it's a long way to actually get through there. A big, long, straight path through the center and various branches. And, of course, you can, you know, just eyeball your way through it without actually needing to click on it. This is where you turn off the center. It goes through here, down and around to the exit. But
don't you just love surprises?
That's not the actual puzzle you solve here. So this is a classic bishop transference puzzle here. These are chess bishops. They are confined to this 5x4 rectangle. And you need to swap their positions. Get all the white ones on the left, all the black ones on the right. And you cannot make any move at any point that has a white and black bishop able to see each other, attack each other along the same diagonal. You have to swap them without that ever being the case. Now, I solved this puzzle back in the day on paper. Being a puzzlesmith, I have no shortage of graph paper around, and I took full advantage of that to simply work it out on paper. And thanks sanity, I kept the paper, so I never have to solve this damn puzzle ever again. So, if you're trying to work this out, I will tell you this much. Because the white cells and the black cells don't, or white squares and light squares and dark squares, if you're an actual chess player, don't interact with each other in any way. Just like in an actual chess game, bishops on opposite colors can't interfere with each other in any way, shape, or form. So you're essentially solving the exact same puzzle twice over. Once on the light cells and once on the dark cells. So every move that you see me make, there is a corresponding mirror image move that I make on the opposite side of the board. And I will simply be doing both at the same time because, well, that's how I wrote it out. Because I was clever like that.
Which way should I go now?
Yeah, you'll be hearing that phrase a lot, and it comes up every time there are multiple choices. It can't go here because of this bishop, but that's fine and that's fine. That's why it's asking me.
Which way should I go now?
we go. Those come in. These go to the edge. A little dosai
Which
do.
way should I go now?
Each of these
Which way should I go now?
cornered pieces here.
Which way should I go now?
Now these come through.
Which way should I go now?
Into their far corners.
Which way should I go now? Which way should I go now?
Yeah, you're gonna be hearing that a lot. These come in.
Which way should I go now?
Just slide out. I have no idea if this is the most efficient solution or what. It's just the way I solved it.
Which way should I go now?
These flatten
Which
out.
way should I go now?
Now these bend
Which way should
around
I
a
go
corner.
now? Which way should I go now?
Now we just slide these in. So we've swapped the corner pieces. And with that having been done, we now swap the centers. Takes
Which way should I go now?
a lot less time.
Which way should I go now? Which way should I go now?
These come out.
Which way should I go now?
And then we just crisscross applesauce.
Which way should I go now?
Shoutouts to Gotham Chess.
Which way should I go now?
In order to finish.
No!
So it does let you click on this again in order to view the carpet. And there's a reason for that I'll get into later. But for now, we are done here, with the exception that there's a cutscene in this mirror. So yeah, that barely audible bit of video there, as it perhaps sounds, is played in reverse intentionally. I mean, it's a mirror you're looking at. If you're playing the 25th Anniversary Edition, the subtitles actually do cover what is spoken. They just wrote it out backwards. But then again, if you have the 25th Anniversary Edition, that actually comes with a deleted scenes folder. And one of the things contained within is actually this same video played in reverse. In other words, you get to see it forwards and understand what it says. And, yeah, I'll just leave that knowledge out there without actually saying what it is. Leave you some incentive for trying it yourself, or looking it up, or what have you. Alright, I'm actually going the wrong way. We won't be able to access anything down here yet. This very narrow doorway here is blocked off. But I did want to show you. Actually, not that. Thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you enjoy your stay here. This is where the end game lies. There is a puzzle on this door, and that is the penultimate puzzle. The final puzzle is in the attic. If we go all the way down on this side, these are the two doors that we just went through. That's the stairwell over to the right there. Got 3 doors here, and the one on the right, I believe it is currently locked. We can do the other 2.
The madman's playroom. Tell me, madman, can you give me real magic? Can you show me?
That guy's voice, though. What do you know? Another chessboard.
A queen is lethal in every direction.
So, this is as simple as demonstrating a solution to the 8 queens problem. I'm sure if you're watching this, you know what that is. It will recognize any solution at all.
Queens can go anywhere they want, as long as it's in a straight line.
But yeah, I have the same one memorized that most computer scientists have memorized. It's the only solution that's symmetrical. 2 lines of knight's moves cutting off opposite corners.
8 queens. Each must be out of touch with all the others.
And then 1 inward on each edge. And you're done.
Oh, they want the boy! No! Curse you! You can't! Hey, who are you?
I just want to get out of here. Please, I just want to get out of here.
Who are you? Why did you come here? Wait, I know who you are. I know who you are. You're the 7th guest. And what I just saw. Now I understand. Oh, show mercy, I understand.
Mister, I'm sorry. I just came here. They dared.
The king? You're the one.
I'm gonna leave, mister.
Don't run away, please. Don't run away. Don't go. Don't go. No, don't go.
The interface is actually kind of interesting for that puzzle. That if you try to click on a cell that can already be attacked by a queen that you've placed, those queens melt back into the board, and then the new one comes up. Okay, and we can come in here.
Oh, this is all so beautiful. Look at this bed. Just like the bed I used to have.
This scene, though.
Once, I had beautiful hair. Once, I was young. Oh, yes. Yeah. That's what I want to be again. Yeah. Oh. Why, yes. I do appear to be free for this dance. Thank you. Wait. I think this is too. No, this isn't what I wanted. This is. Mommy! I want my mommy.
puzzles on the carpet.
This plumbing could get you into hot water.
So here we have a pipe maze of sorts. We've got a heart on one side, we've got a spigot on the other. We have a bunch of little switches that we can interact with. They all toggle in 2 states, and we just have to open up a path that connects the two. This is a very straightforward puzzle to solve if you start at the back end rather than the front. It practically solves itself. This is walled off, so obviously we need to open this.
There's something not quite straightforward about this maze.
The ones that are at a little angle will just toggle back and forth between the sides. Those that go straight turn at a 90-degree angle. So if we toggle this one, it would simply wall us off, so we don't touch it. And we toggle this one.
You shouldn't have turned down here.
It can be done, Reg. I actually have beaten the game without any outside help. It can be done.
Oh, bad move.
Don't listen to him. Alright, so yeah, you just follow the route, and if there's a switch in your way, you toggle it. It really is that simple. It solves itself if you do it from the back end. And yes, there are places where it crosses over or under, so just watch for that. There you have it. Just click the heart. And it will fill in the route you followed. Yeah, if you do it from the front, it seems like, oh, there's many different paths that you can follow, different routes. And you gotta figure it out. You do it from the other end. Like a lot of mazes, if you solve it from the exit rather than the start, it actually solves itself. It's very straightforward. Oh, the lab's much later, Rufus. And I like that. You win.
Wait! Come back! Don't! You have to leave, son. You have to come with me.
Why should I trust you?
Trust him. Don't trust him.
Please, come back before...
Yeah, they did try to make a third game. It did, yeah. But, yeah, a fan game actually did manage to get off the ground, and the 13th doll is a thing that exists. With the blessings of the original rights holders. The 13th doll is actually subtitled A Fan Game of the Seventh Guest. That door is still locked. Alright, so we can go down the stairs to go back to where we were. But in the interest of showing you something new, there is actually one of those secret passages here in the game room. Eyeball. We're back in the kitchen. Which is where we want to be, because this door is where we can go next.
dying to see what you'll do next.
So here we have a very simple 15 puzzle style sliding block deal. Very straightforward. If you don't know how to solve these, I have a tutorial. Really? Right here on my channel page, how to solve the 15 puzzle. It's all of 4 minutes of instruction. Really. That's all there is to it. Yeah, in case you were wondering why...
Finding things a little grating.
In case you were wondering why you can't just simply leave a gap here, rather than putting the circle together, well, you see those holes in the floor?
Nothing ever seems to slide into place in this place.
Yeah, they thought about that. So yeah, if you circle these around the ring, they're backwards. So you just...
If I plan to get around this grate, I'll need to get around.
It's a terrible pun. Yeah, you just need to fix their order. Very simple, easy thing to do. There we go. And now we just swing them around the ring. I may have never actually solved this the same way twice. But it's very, very simple. Unless you have no concept of the principle of these puzzles. The reason why you can't use the standard 15 puzzle logic is that, well, we've got these pieces that are essentially all duplicates of each other. And for the end result, well, 2 of them are backwards. So you need to fix that. You can't easily tell which 2 you have to chunk in there.
I have a bad feeling about this.
How does it feel to be the first living thing to set foot in these dungeons in... I can't remember how long.
And so we enter the dungeon. So if you decide to just keep going straight in this for a while, you'll realize it goes straight for quite the distance. Now, I have to admit that I was totally thrown by this. I solved this the way that I would solve any other maze. You know, keeping track of turns on paper, or otherwise... just hugging a wall until you get to the outside edge. That works too, although you run into a few dead ends that way. But here's how you're supposed to solve this. Something I didn't discover until after I'd already beaten the game, and was playing through it again later on. The map to this dungeon is the maze on the carpet. The one that slid aside to actually reveal the bishop puzzle, that's the map to this dungeon. They got me but good. If you want a very easy to remember solution for this, just take your 5th right. Yeah, just keep going straight, take your 5th right. It's the 10th intersection. And then just hug the right-hand wall from there. That will lead you into 2 dead ends, but it'll get you through pretty efficiently. But yeah, I do actually have the list of turns in front of me here. Yeah, it only requests input from you when there is an actual choice to be made. I'm supposed to turn left here, but I'll turn right just so that you can see what happens when you stop in a dead end.
Feeling lonely.
I know there would be people sorely disappointed if I didn't do that at least once during this. So I figured I'd show that off. Yeah, so if you just follow the hug the right wall strategy I mentioned, that will be one of the dead ends you run into. And I actually will be following the right-hand wall through the rest of this, right up until the final turn. Well, I'll actually go the correct direction first. And it's here. Go left instead of right.
You shouldn't have turned down here.
Don't think you'll be so lucky next time.
Clearly, an open and shut case.
Okay, and so now we have Lights Out, essentially a version of the Lights Out puzzle. You need to get all the coffins closed. Clicking one in a corner swaps all four in the corner one and those adjacent to it, including in the center diagonally. The one in the center affects itself and the center of each side, and the center of each side affects the side it's on, not the center. And you actually do need to properly solve this, because the starting arrangement is random. You can't just have a set of directions written down. Now, I'm admittedly not very good at these, but my strategy is to basically
Finding things a little cryptic.
just getting myself to a symmetrical position and then figuring out what to do with it from there. Any arrangement of this can be solved with at most 9 toggles. If you click on the right set of caskets once each, it will work. There's always a way to do that.
Excuse me.
I won't be doing that because we're good at these.
An open and shut case. Or casket, perhaps.
Okay, I still don't have it symmetrical.
The 4 winds change at every turn?
There we go. Alright, so now that I have something rotationally symmetric, I can use this. I think... Alright, so only the center is open. So I'll actually have to hit the center.
There's no respect for the dead here. I should let sleeping bones lie.
Yeah, and then each of these will do it. There we go. It's just easier for me to mentally resolve it that way. There's probably a solver online you could use if you get really stuck, but it's really not that difficult to just wind your way through.
much! Now!
Let me go!
There's something wrong with her.
It's all right, son. You're okay. Don't worry. It's just an illusion. An illusion. An illusion. An illusion. An illusion.
Yeah. According to the making of featurette that was included in the 25th anniversary edition, that was supposed to be him smashing Edward's head against the coffin, but it just sounds like a neck snap to me. Didn't do a very good job there. Oh well. Then again, maybe it's just cooler. It just snaps the neck. Alright, we will not need to go back down there. Okay. So now we're going to be... if I recall correctly, I think the pass-through of the hint room is the best way to proceed from here. Rather than going back upstairs.
Singing upstairs, like some mad choir.
Well, I heard nothing except you rummaging around your room, yelling like a crazy man.
Why, I saw blood.
Audacity.
I don't know how to describe what I saw. Why, none of us ever seen
None of the rest of us saw anything. How boring. I suggest we all leave and have some supper.
I think that we were meant to eat the soup.
Wait! We need some rules. We need to stick together. Play as a team.
Don't be such a bore, darling.
It's a game. That's why we were invited. It's a game. Everyone for himself. Or herself. Crazy old star is watching us, scaring us, watching us play at his puzzles. Only he knows the rules. Only Star knows the rules.
So when this game originally came out, it came with a booklet titled The Staff Files, and contained within that was essentially all the background on the game that you were going to get. There are little bits and pieces about the characters involved in the game, and various newspaper clippings and whatnot, and it's in essentially the form of like a journalist's notebook, as it were. And there's more information in there about the person who is actually doing the investigation. One Robin Morales. And that's all one big sequel hook. In the 11th hour, you play as one Carl Denning, who has entered the ruins of the mansion some 62 or so years after the events of this night. That's being played back in Ego's head over and over. In order to find Robin, who has apparently disappeared within. And it's the same mansion, but it's dilapidated, and it's interesting to see how things changed over time. And yeah, it's like the game came with its own sequel hook in its feelies. Unfortunately, I lost my own copy of that booklet, and that was perhaps the thing that I was most unhappy to lose when I lost my original copy of the game. But especially since it did not come with the Windows 95 edition, they didn't include it there, only in the original release. So, yeah, I was very unhappy about that. But thankfully, the 25th anniversary edition, among its many extras, is a PDF of that document. So if you want to learn more about the backstory of the game, the characters and whatnot, look for Stauf files. The PDF is probably out there somewhere, or, you know, you could actually buy the game off of GOG. It was on sale last I checked. So it looks like you can go through here, but this is actually just a cutscene. Clearly there was a usable door there at some point, but there no longer is. Came in here to show that video, and now that I have, we will leave using the secret passage I mentioned earlier. Check that out. And so this spits us out at the attic door that we can't otherwise use. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that, actually, because I think it's going to reposition me in the hallway now. And the room I wanted to go to is actually the one straight across from where we were. You can see there's a lot more yellow up here. Yeah, I wanted to go in here, but I think it's going to move us when we leave. So there's something to be aware of. If you visit the map, it'll reset your position in the rooms, as you can see. So we actually could do that room now, but I'll go this way first. I actually do like the animation of going down the stairs, but as you might imagine, it's nothing new to see, really.
This must be your room.
But I don't want to go in yet. I'm still a little shaky.
There's nothing to be scared of, except Stauf's tricks.
Will you be in your room?
Yes. Or the game.
We all want something, don't we? I mean, that's what we're here for, isn't it?
I suppose so.
And what is it that you want?
Not much. Just, I've been a stage magician all my life. I want to know, is there real magic? Does Stauf know that? Can Stauf give that to me?
We need to find a way out. We need to start our life over again. I mean, Edward has gotten us into such debt, and there's no money. What about the others?
I
don't know. His voice is so over the top, I love it. And I can't roll my R's. I just love the way he says real magic. I literally can't duplicate that. Right. So we at least got to mop up that cutscene. Would have passed by there anyway. Yeah, this is where we were going. Dutton's room. And we got ourselves a puzzle right here.
Dying to see what you will do next.
And here's the first of 4 Goichi Hiroi puzzles in the game. Puzzles that, sadly, a lot of people are unfamiliar with, despite the fact that they have existed since at least the 14th century, if not even older. Simply because they're Japanese in origin, apparently, and it seems that a lot of people don't know about them elsewhere. But yes, the rules are very simple. you simply move from piece to piece, up, down, left, or right, and cover the whole gamut. These were originally done as bar bets. They usually involved a go-bon. They were played on a go board. The idea is that you pick up the pieces as you go. Each piece that you pick up has to be, you know, up, down, left, or right from the one that you picked up previously. You can clear a gap, which means you can actually jump over the pieces that you've already picked. What you cannot do is go back the way you came. If the last move you made was to go up, then your next move can be up, left, or right. It cannot be down.
Curses!
The first one's very straightforward. You don't need to do any jumps.
Up and down and side to side.
The easiest way I know of getting through this one is to start in one of the odd corners. And then go through the whole box like this. And then you turn to the outside, and then loop through these.
A leap of intuition to unhide them in sequential order.
Yeah, these sorts of puzzles have been around a very long time. There was a book published of them. One of the earliest books on, you know, like published puzzles in history, and it's from 1727 in Japan. Pencil puzzle company Nikoli, the company that made the word Sudoku, actually still publish in their publications puzzles of these that they've designed under the name Hiro Imono. So you might be able to find it online under that title.
So you live to play another day.
Yes! Oh, this is it! All this money! Rich! Filthy rich! No. What is this? What's going on?
That was not a glitch. That is the way the music is supposed to go. So yes, Goishi Hiroi, a very, very old puzzle. Very, very old, that a lot of people thought was newly made for this game. Shame that.
A secret room. This is the puzzle that Stop set out. And I solved it.
Welcome to the chapel. There's no turning back from in here. How did that door board itself up? Anyway. We do have a puzzle on the floor. Puzzle.
Using only what you see, can you get from A to B?
Okay, so I'm going to level with you. This puzzle is stupid, and you just kind of brute force it, typically. I've seen descriptions of how the puzzle is supposed to work, and none of them really make logical sense. None of them seem to really cover all the details involved. Thankfully, it's not that hard. It's just kind of whacking your way through it seems
There's
to
more
work.
to these markings than meets the eye.
Oops, I did not mean to go that way.
Is there a pattern to this?
Hopefully that doesn't wreck things. I usually go through all the purple ones to start.
It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
And then you can't just go straight to the exit. You do actually have to bend around here for whatever reason. And it accepts that solution.
Careful you don't slip and fall.
There's something to do with the color you step on and how many tiles fall down and... yeah, I don't know. Many solutions.
Now the sacrifice must come from you. It must be brought to me. A final sacrifice.
Right, let's get the hell out of there. Welcome to the most infamous puzzle of the game. Because it's not a puzzle, it is actually a game. But first... Give me the brain, I have to play attacks.
It's another puzzle. Imagine, inside a microscope.
Alright, so meet the puzzle that most people who beat this game simply use the hint book to skip. So yes, originally called Infection. Yeah, Greem Devine, designer of The Seventh Guest, has had a lifelong fascination with this game. And yes, there is indeed an arcade version of it called Attacks. It is the one arcade cabinet I own. So, I'm gonna level with you here. I don't want to be at this all night. I can beat this without any outside help. It is notoriously difficult. Like, really. It has the tendency to make a blunder in the end game to give you a chance if you've been falling behind, but otherwise, it's a very, very solid opponent. I'm going to try to play a very simple, straightforward, solid defensive game and try not to blunder much, just to make sure I don't completely screw this over and have to start the whole thing over again. I have shamelessly opened zillions of games, and I will use it to solve the game once it gets near the end. Because I have nothing to prove here. I know I can do it.
Curses!
My win rate's probably like 7%, I think, though. So, yeah, I'm not going to actually try to, do I want to... Let's just do this now. Now, unless I have a massive lead, if I'm afraid I'm gonna blunder something, then I'll turn zillions loose on it.
I'm going to have to start again.
No, you're not. That's not as bad as it looks.
Curses!
I'm going to have to start again.
Curses! Curses!
Brave of you.
I'm going to have to start again.
Curses!
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna let zillions take it from here. Okay, let's see. So, red. I basically need to do a color swapping here. So, I'm using zillions of games. A sorely underappreciated program from back in the day. If you don't know what it is, Google it. It's pretty much standard kit for game designers, especially fans of chess variants. And people who do puzzle hunts, since it's very good at very quickly brute forcing things. By default, it can play a number of traditional games, and this just happens to be one of them. As a matter of fact, I can read the game history bit it has on blobs, and it says, this computer game began on the Amiga as a game called Infection. It was later programmed by Graham Devine on various video game and computer systems as Spot, using the animated 7-Up character licensed by Virgin Games, and later appeared in Devine's popular 7th Guest and 11-Hour games. It later appeared as an arcade game by Leland under the name Attacks. It has been programmed under many other names as well, and even in hexagonal form as Hexagon, which I have That I have also streamed in the past. Okay, so hopefully I haven't blundered anything yet. Alright, so I'm going to choose to play as the blue here and let red be the AI. In other words, I'm letting the AI decide what moves it needs to make. It's not happy with the job I've done so far. Damn it. Doesn't seem that bad to me, but... give it another moment here. Let's see through a certain number of positions. Okay. So it actually wants to do this, and I'm not sure I should trust it. That's what it wants to do. Yeah, I'm a little surprised it wants to fill in this gap.
I'm going to have to start again.
Let's do this.
Curses!
It's not hopeless. Like I said, the AI has the tendency to blunder near the end of the game. Actually give you a good shot. Zillions does say the position is improving, though maybe not by much. Yeah, the fact that we can't get into that upper left corner is a problem.
Should I have done that?
Against a strong opponent, endgames often involve a lot of jumps as you're kind of circling around for positioning. That is not what's happening here, though.
Great move.
Darn, I think this is a loss.
I'm going to have to start again.
Yeah, we might. Alright, I'll have to turn to Zillions earlier then, I guess. Zillions giving the AI every chance to blunder it can. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do anything about that big cluster up there.
I'm going to have to start again.
Yeah, we actually are. Only one move. That is a loss.
Great move. This is trickier than it looks.
This is why I wasn't using the Windows 95 version, by the way, because there is an inexplicable 2-second delay after every single piece, move, and capture, and I have no idea why. Alright, how about we just, let's let Zillions play the whole game, and we'll see how it goes. Let's give it 5 seconds a move, and we'll see what it does. Fair warning, it's probably going to play weird to begin with. But it'll get there in the end. So basically, I'm just playing the postman. As I let these two AIs duke it out. Yeah, Zillions likes to grab the center quickly. And Stealth likes to cluster pieces up in the corner to begin with. Zillions is now very happy with the way things are going. Yes, Zillions is convinced that the AI has already significantly blundered. The other AI.
Curses!
Stealth.
I'm going to have to start again.
No, you're not. Curious wants to do this.
Curses!
Great move.
Watching two AIs play this game is disturbing sometimes. Straight down here.
Curses!
You don't seem to have a whole lot there, Stealth. Jumping in this one. How many Zillions again?
Curses!
96. So yeah, Zillions came out 3 years after the 7th guest. Okay, what was its move? Oh, it did this, okay. And we are simply dropping here.
I'm going to have to start again.
It is possible for a game of attacks to get into a cycle. The first person to break the pattern loses, so it's essentially a draw by repetition. Hopefully that won't happen here. Just mopping up. those pattern stealth is even behind.
Curses!
A big part of good practice in playing attacks is to trust the parity. Usually the last person who makes a move inside of a confined area is going to end up with the majority of pieces there.
Curses!
So keeping track of the size of gaps that you leave behind, trying to make sure that they are ideally even numbers, so that you force your opponent to, Okay, yeah, we don't walk here, we actually jump, is what the AI wants to do. Okay, curiously it does this. Okay. Alright, keeping the... Yeah, it's trying to maintain an edge, is what the AI is, what Zillions is doing here.
I'm going to have to start again.
No, you're not. Have faith, Ego.
Great move.
Oh no. Oops.
I'm going to have to start again.
That was actually a mistake on my part. I was supposed to jump this piece up. That's okay. Zillions is still very much in charge of the situation here. Ooh, we're actually invading. Time for this corner piece to get involved.
Curses!
Yeah, unsurprisingly, this... Don't simply walk into that, we jump.
Curses!
It's amazing how strong the AI is in this game. Just how good stealth is at this. Given how quickly it always moves. It moves pretty much immediately. Step here. Wait a minute. What's going on? There's a discrepancy in my board for some reason. Did I make another mistake? That's okay. Alright. Zillion's still in very good shape. There is a drawless finite version of attacks. It's called a stacks. The rules for it are on a forum post in on Board Game Geek. You might just recognize the author.
I'm going to have to start again.
No, you're not. Zillions now says win in 5. It has solved the game. I know what the proper response is. Oh, no, it's not what I would have thought. It's this piece. Jumping over here. Either that or Zillions is just trying to humiliate Stoff here. Yeah, so as you can see, it can be done. It can be won. In fact, Stoff just got his ass handed to him, 31 to 18.
No!
Thank you, Zillions. Well done. Yeah, I did not want to have to repeat that again. Yeah, in as few moves as possible is what Zillions will try to do. In as few moves as possible. Anything that we can do here is leave, I think. Although it does have a number of interesting animations to skirt around the room. This is not an actual puzzle. It's just a weird animation. This is the way out. After all, it can't be the same door we used to come in. You already know we can't go through the chapel. Yeah, just showing that off. Yeah, no video on solving it either. That's very true. For some reason, we find ourselves back in the, in the hint book room. Alright, and now at long last we can go through here. I hate this piece. More like Billy Ghoul, huh? It's a Stoufway piano.
I got this piano for a song.
Okay, so yeah, this is, Simon says, basically, it's a long sequence of notes to play.
I remember when I used to play Follow the Leader.
It's not random, it's always the same sequence every time. I'm sure you've done this in dozens of other games.
That tune seems familiar. I bet I could play it.
So I do have to be careful about this because one misclick and you have to start over. It's 18 notes long. And the worst part about it is when you need to click notes over here, if you don't have the cursor right over the note, yeah, you click when the hand is doing this, you turn away from the piano and you have to start it all over again. I've made that mistake. And this is the other puzzle that for the Windows 95 version, on a modern OS anyway, there's like this long 2-second wait every single time a note plays. Yeah, I didn't want anybody to sit through that.
Having fun yet, mortal?
Is there a pattern to this?
I love the way he taunts you there. Okay, so, to get this right, I do actually have the notes written down. Like I said, it's always the same sequence. And it helps that it's the main theme of the game, which actually is titled The Game. F sharp. Okay. 4 notes. Although, what you have to repeat is simply played at a set rhythm. Of course, the song doesn't actually go that way. I have that tendency to break it down into the actual song. Okay, so 5 notes. B, E, F sharp, G, E. Man, to think that people in the mobile version didn't have to do this shit. I practically envy that. 6 notes. I have forgotten so much of my musicianship, I couldn't tell you what key this is actually being played in. Very careful clicking the notes over there in particular. Later on, there are a lot of notes that are in that general vicinity. In fact, we're coming up on a cluster of them here. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I was worried about this moment the entire time, that I would freaking misclick something near the end and have to start it all over again. Hemorrhage half my viewers, you know. Okay. 15 notes. Ugh, 15. Gotta be careful up there. F sharp, G, E, flat, E, F sharp, E, C, A, G. Man. If I weren't streaming this, I would just be a little, you know, worried. I'm close to mortified here. Better not screw this up. F sharp, G, E, flat, E, F sharp, sharp. Okay. F sharp, G, sharp, E. Okay, this is the full piece now. Okay. Though we may find don't come back the same. That happens sometimes when we play.
So you live to play another day.
The game. The actual lyrics.
No! Stop struggling! Stop struggling or I'll squeeze you till you pop!
He's ours, Dutton! We figured out what to do. The boy is ours!
No! The boy's mine! I won! I solved the puzzle!
Take him now!
Get away!
Well, give us the boy, Dutton. We know what to do with him.
Wait!
Quick, the knife!
If the blocking seems a little weird, by which I mean, you know, the positions of the actors, Yeah, that was actually something that Ms. Mason talks about in the featurette, that was out of necessity. It's like, in order to have the videos essentially match the 3D scenes that they have to participate in, they had to basically confine their movements very carefully within a very narrow bit of stage. And yeah, they couldn't miss their marks, and that was apparently the hardest part of the whole production for them, was just making sure that they always stood where they needed to, so it never looked like in the game that they were moving through something. And the result's kind of awkward, but I guess it kind of needed to be. So, I mean, I'm not trying to excuse the game, I'm just explaining. Alright, it may please you to know that we have completed the 2 most annoying puzzles in the game. It will be mostly straightforward from here on out, although there is going to be one more puzzle coming up. It's not hard, but it is a bit of a time sink, and it'll make me wish I was playing on the Windows 95 version, but I think we've established that this is perhaps the more iconic way of playing through the game. Yeah, the bar down bottom, if you're in a puzzle, you'll see the brain icon there, and that's how you reset a puzzle, in case you were wondering. This is a good time to show the map. Bring that up again. Interesting, huh? The way into that is a little, awkward. You'll be seeing that in a moment. Actually, I suppose I should just get it out of the way now, and that way the entire first floor will be done. Yeah, you can see the chapel and the laboratory that we went through there. There's still this one over here, and then, yeah, we could actually do the door knocker puzzle, I think. No, I think that still has to be the next to last puzzle we do. I did want to show the descending the stairs animation anyway, so this is a good time and place to do that. The way into that isolated room is not what you might think. Go down the steps. You may have noticed the outside door to the kitchen, and you might have tried that. And I'll just go and show you what happens. So you may have noticed this door back here.
Dare you, Tad?
Triple dare you, Tad. You're too scared to walk in the house.
I guess our host has to bend around sounds.
That's impossible.
Yeah, I just wanted to show that off. Whole reason I came in here. Yeah, you might think this door is how you get to that isolated room, but you would be wrong, no. You can't leave the mansion. Who are you kidding? So how do you get to that isolated room? Well, as it turns out, they hid it in plain sight. New cutscene. The the base of the stairs.
I've seen this room before. I know what this is.
Strange paintings. Sick.
So there are a number of Easter eggs in this room. Here's one. That one smokes, that one exhales it.
If you think my eyes are big, you should see my teeth.
This is how you leave. Obviously, you recognize the piano room, and it leads to that. The portrait of the cowboy that you just saw, hat, cigar, that was the musician behind the game. That was George the Fat Man Sanger. Here's the actual puzzle in here.
All the king's horses and all the king's men.
So this is just like the coffins in the crypt. This is once again a lights out style puzzle. The only difference this time is that it's tri-state. There are three segments, as you can see. There's like a devil version of Stauf in red, and then a...
So Stauf has an ego too. But somehow I get the impression he's not quite all there.
Then you have this goblin-like one. But you solve it in the exact same way, the exact same methods. You want to get the painting back to normal. Once you get it into a nice, neat symmetry, which admittedly isn't the easiest thing in the world to get it into. Can solve it with the same time-worn techniques.
That's funny. Stauf's falling apart, and I'm putting him back together again.
Again, my goal is to get something rotationally symmetric. And then I can usually just power through it from there. Because this one is a tri-state puzzle,
This puzzle reminds me of the coffins, but Stauf seems to be in more of a state than ever.
It can take more than 9 clicks. What you can do is... I forget the exact math behind it, but something akin to... within 18 clicks, easily, you can get it to be all one pattern. And if it's not the right one, then there's a very simple sequence you can follow. that I remember it, to just cycle through the different images. And I am having great difficulty getting a good pattern out of this. Right, exactly, Rufus. It's just whether you give the right number of clicks to the right spaces. I seem to have a parity problem, which tells me
We'll all be dead by the time you solve this.
I'm clicking on sides or center not the right number of times. Okay, we're getting there.
We'll all be dead by the time you solve this.
Yeah, I've got it. There we go.
Foiled again!
They must have been really proud of this animation because they play it twice for some reason. All right. Yeah, there's no video here either. Okay. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to show this off. We are now completely done with the first floor. We can go up the stairs and we will not have to come back down again. So I'm going to head to the right from here. You might remember the 3 rooms this way. We couldn't go into the one on the right, but we can now. And here, the puzzle is on the nightstand, but... Huh. Funny that, huh? Where'd all those other doors come from? More Goishi Hiroi. I told you there were more coming.
Oh, I'm dying to see what you'll do next. and side to side. That's the way the cards unhide.
So I solved this one a lot like I solved the previous one. I do like how they show different ranks and suits. Doing a square like that, and then we swing around one side and in the center. Top.
Yes.
With the Joker. So, you can... My route for this works from either direction, but I like to show off by doing the outside first and then work my way in, rather than start at the obvious dead end and spiral out from there. But either works. The exact same route. You can clear out the outside like this. And then we cover the box in here. I like to end with the Joker at the far end like that.
Foiled again!
And the Joker actually is of Stauf, by the way. Although it's hard to see.
Sturdy work! Even Houdini didn't use such heavy weights! Ah! Perhaps this is the secret of Stauf's power! Yes!
What's the noise?
Yes!
Temple! What the hell are you doing? Stop it! Stop with your...
No! Stop!
So, which door was it that we actually came in through? Interesting. Well, I'll tell you this much right now. If we try to go through this door, we fall through a trapdoor, and we're just back in the first floor again. It really doesn't matter, honestly. Yeah, that one leads us to... Oh, the oven in the kitchen. Huh. Well then, so that happened. I believe the center door would be the correct one then. Not that it matters. Sanity knows there are enough cutscenes in the kitchen that you might have missed one. Alright, fine. We'll go back up the stairs then. Left. Go into that door at the end of the very narrow hallway. When the game was originally designed, they had intended for it to be possible to go into the attic early and get a bad ending, but they ended up removing that from the game entirely. They did film little extra scenes of all the characters being up there one at a time, but and an actual bad ending, but they never used them. Okay, so now we come to the picture puzzle, which is arguably the most...
Give up?
Which is arguably the most bullshit of all of the puzzles in the game. For the simple reason that this random starting setup can actually give you an unsolvable puzzle. You might find yourself... Yeah, and in fact it did do so here. We have to reset.
I'm going to have to start again.
You can mess around with it all you like. It will not be solvable. It's really obnoxious like that. So, what's happening here? You might think it's like a Rubik's Cube kind of thing where you're dragging the panels around, but that's actually not what's happening. Clicking the top or bottom of a column, or left or right edge of a row, these little bolts here, simply causes the panels in that row or column to cycle through the set of 9 possible images that they can display. And you can see that these match, and these don't. This means we have to restart
again.
This is not like the kind of puzzle you might have seen in something else where the panels within that row or that column cycle through their positions. I know there are puzzles like that in, say, like 3 and 3, for example. Yeah, this doesn't work like that. There's no way of fixing an odd cell. Yeah, it is. It's very clumsy. Alright, so we might have a workable one here. Your declaration of bullshit is duly noted, Grim Agent. There we go. We now have a solvable puzzle. Okay, so the way that we get this workable, the easiest way of working it that I know of is to get all of the images to match. Them to all be the same. And now all we have to do, because we now essentially have everything lined up, we just need to skewer it slightly so that each row ends up showing the correct image when we're done. So we get that leftmost column down a notch and that rightmost column up a notch. And as you can see, the top row of the puzzle is actually already correct. It just happened to match them in such a way that that was what's right. And now we just cycle each row individually. That's actually the long way around, so I'll go this way. You can see it's just cycling the images forward. So we have that, then we'll go this way. Yes, and the images of the charred remains of the house. And we're done.
Well, that's not cricket, is it?
Dolls! Why would Stoff keep this room, a room filled with dolls, locked? Unless... Oh no! I know what this is! I know what these dolls are! Don't you see? Don't you see what this is? There's a...
That voice. She lived next door to us. And Samantha, she got sick and... Oh no!
birds became these dolls. That was his deal. Stuff took the children, but not all of them, only a certain number. And
That's it! A certain number!
what was that you just said?
For tonight, the children had to be collected. There must be one more child coming. The last guest.
No! He's here already! I've seen him! He ran away! The others are learning about the boy. What must happen to him? What must be done?
We've got to find him and get him out.
You look downstairs. I'll look upstairs. We must move fast before the others.
I missed your beverage count earlier, Reg. I apologize for that. I only have the water tonight, just the one. We got one more thing. There's another room through here. It's in the dollhouse. Despite that, we actually can click on that, and it is yet another shortcut. We could go into that box and we find ourselves downstairs again, and that's the last thing we want to do. So I'll just go to the puzzle, shall we?
Three little words. That's all it takes.
Okay, so this actually is the sort of puzzle that you might have thought the previous one was, where if you click the edge of a row or column, it cycles the letters in that row or column across. So we click there, and it drags all the letters there.
Well, it should be as easy as ABC.
Yeah. T come over, the G goes to that side. The starting position is at essentially the exact opposite.
Look, it's a magic spell puzzle.
And what I had the most difficulty with was realizing what the end state was, because I was expecting a word square. I was expecting things to read across and down, but no, you just need 3 words, one of which is a proper noun, unfortunately. But it helps that the starting position is actually the final position in reverse. It's get, boy, Tad. Yes, Tad is indeed the name of the 7th guest. This could have been a lot harder, but
I used to have blocks just like this when I was a child. The memory seems so clear now.
they made it, thankfully, a lot easier due to the duplicated letter. You can take advantage of that to get things finished relatively efficiently. So you're basically using Rubik's Cube style logic, loading up rows and columns, and I'm admittedly not very good at this, but I know the general principles. And
I'm getting bored.
Usually if I get it close enough, then I can just take advantage of the duplicate T's to get the answer pretty quickly. Yeah, we're there. Oh, I should have sent that the other direction, but that's fine. Get, boy, Tad. There we are. Yeah, relatively quick and easy.
There.
Time for the end game. Hey, LZ, good to see you. Time for the final two puzzles. What? Did I miss one? Oh, I did miss one. I know where it is. Crap. I forgot about the bathroom puzzle. There actually is another room hiding over here. Yeah... I hate this pun. Simply because of how long it takes. Yeah, we actually haven't been in this run yet. Yeah, you'll be hearing that a lot. Oh, gee. Another checkered pattern. I wonder if chess pieces are involved.
If you dare.
Of course they are. Yeah, so this is where the Windows version would have been very convenient, as the pieces move a lot faster. Yep, as you might imagine, it is yet another transference puzzle. We need to swap all the black knights with all the white knights. Obviously, the no attack restriction is not in play here. The starting position has them fighting each other. No, the problem is that you've only got the one empty space to get all of them swapped through. This is not difficult. It is just time-consuming. Especially since the knights aren't the fastest things in the world.
Don't take all night.
Yeah, this is where the Windows native version has a distinct advantage. But then if we were using that version, we'd still be waiting for moves in the microscope puzzle.
So that's how they move.
I like to start by getting the entire bottom row done.
Black is white, and white is black. Everything must change.
Mainly so that I don't forget which side and which corner needs to be which. Yeah, it's like this side is all black. It comes up on the corner there. You'll definitely find a couple of patterns to help you work it through, like 4 cells in this kind of bend. You can just keep rotating around. You can also rotate around.
Don't take all night.
Yeah, it's like you use a loop similar to the puzzle that was on the front door. You can have these cycle around, leaving the one in the center in the same spot. Hey, Charlie? Yeah, so get comfy. This will take a bit. Once I get the bottom row in position, I'll never need to move it again. But, the rest I can't be quite so safe and sure on. Basically just comes down to trying to patternize it as much as you can.
Don't take all night.
So don't lose track of what it was you were trying to do. It's like, I need to get this piece here, and it needs to follow whatever route, and then just circle it around from there. Damn it! I didn't get away with that one, did I? That was actually unintentional. My apologies. Please accept 50 bennies as an apology. Damn it. Okay. I do not want to restart. Okay, so we've got a white there, and these two need to be black. Where's the hole? Is not in a convenient spot right now.
Don't take all night.
You're gonna keep hearing that. Okay, so I want to get this knight here. Follow a lightning bolt-like route here. Oh, Jag! Thank you so much for the support. I greatly appreciate it. Now I get to see what your donation comment says. Definitely need more venture games. I'll think about that. Alright, so the bottom row is all intact now.
Don't take all night.
Makes it a lot easier for me to visualize what the end needs to be once I get that into position. So I can circle these around. Stuffed in there. Now the bottom two rows are all set. Although we might need to revisit. Yeah, we might need to do a little bit of cycling of something down in there.
Take all night.
One thing to keep in mind is that the final knight that you position has to be a knight's move away from the center cell. Since, if you've swapped all their positions, the center was empty to begin with, so that has to be empty when you end. So that might save you a little bit of heartache. If you can plan that far enough ahead. It's not difficult, it's just very time-consuming.
Don't take all night.
In position. I want to get Black Knight up in that corner now.
Don't take all night.
I tend to focus primarily thinking in terms of getting the Black Knights into the positions they need to be in. And then the White Knights are just forced into their positions. There's nowhere else to go. Okay, so we need this cell. Basically, it's swapping these two, and then sliding that up. It's the end state. We might need to do... Let's see. I kind of want to... Alright, so I think...
Take all night.
Yeah, we can make this into a working pattern, I think. Okay, so all the Black Knights are now where they need to be. Yes. Okay. We can finish up just by... Yeah, we gotta move this one again. That's fine. And you hop into its place and we're done. Good riddance. Don't ask me, I didn't film it. Alright, I forgot about this. I'll show it to you anyway. It's a bit more than your usual shortcut route. Down to the hidden room again. That's not where we want to be. Now then, it is time for the last two puzzles. Get to hear this music one more time. Almost there. Not going to lie, the last two puzzles are a bit disappointing. The last three puzzles are a bit disappointing. Heyo! The animation on this puzzle is so incredibly awkward. But yes, this is simply Peg Solitaire. I'm sure you know how it works. Click on a knife that can jump over another knife along a line and end up in the empty space, and it does so. And the knife it removed is jumped over. In order to solve the puzzle, you need to reduce the quantity of knives to 1. Again, there are many possible solutions to this.
Which way should I go now?
You have a choice of where to land on that one.
Which way should I go now?
Same knife is going to hop 3 times. In this version of the puzzle, it does not matter where the final knife ends up, just as long as you get it down to 1. I know a lot of Pig Solitaire puzzles, when you have 1 left, it's supposed to be in the same spot as the one that was originally removed, so that you can jump things around, but that does not need to happen here. Case in point, the puzzle is now solved.
Great move.
Yeah, and we would have had to switch discs if we were playing the original version. I think right before the door knocker puzzle, if I'm not mistaken. Or perhaps it's once you enter the attic, one or the other. Yeah. Alright, time for the final puzzle. Yep. No going back.
Consider this game on the house.
This is trickier than it looks.
Okay, so here's the disappointing thing about the final puzzle. It's easier to brute force than it is to solve. Much like the puzzle on the chapel floor, it's just like, oh, I won. Don't know what I did or how, but I guess I won. However, unlike that puzzle, this one I actually do understand the logic to. As you can see, there are 4 different shapes of windows on this building. We've got the full circle in 4 panels, we've got the half circle, 2 panels, we've got the rectangular one with 4 panels, and then the arch-shaped one, which is apparently just a single pane. These 4 window shapes correspond to the cardinal directions, up, down, left, and right, in a manner you assign them to. Start by clicking what you can, a window on the bottom, and this happens to be the correct one to start with. And then from there I can go either left, right, or up. Now if I go to the left, I have assigned the left direction to this window that you see here, and so it will automatically go left again. And it's going to ask me for a new direction. I can't go this way because I've already assigned left to the circle. So this needs to be a different shape. You cannot double back, you can't hit a light that you've already lit, so if you do that, you're forced to start the whole thing over again. So from here I would have to go up, and this is also a rectangle, so it goes up again immediately. And now I can't go up because that's rectangle, and I can't go left because it's circle, so I would have to go here.
This is trickier than it looks.
And that puts me up into this shape, which I haven't defined yet, and the only direction remaining is down, which doubles right back into where we came from, so the puzzle fails and we're forced to reset, and the game tells you none of this. And you can't visit the hint book either to get instructions, you just have to figure it out all as you go along. You're not getting bennies for that, Skippy. Respect, though. I don't know if there are multiple solutions to this or not, but here's the one that I know of from back in the day, and it's just a few small clicks, and I knew it worked, and for many, many years I had no idea why it worked, I just knew that it did. It just seemed like a lot of the puzzle was just automatic, and you didn't have control over it, so it didn't take me that long to brute force, really. But yes, we assign up to circle, we go here, and we assign right to that. That takes us to another circle, goes up from there. And we assign left to this, and that's the last automatic, that's the last thing that we would need to click. It goes all the way up to here, and there's only one direction left, there's only one choice to make, and watch this shit.
Yes.
But that alone isn't enough. You have to get through all 3 floors, and I think there are multiple ways of completing the first floor that cause the puzzle to fail on later floors. But yeah, from here it's just a matter of, in theory, knowing what the logic was. But it's just like, well, I started with a circle last time, I'll start with a circle this time. And it solves itself, because everything already has a direction.
So, my boy, your wits have brought you this far, but will you have the patience to go any further?
And once again, it's the circle just left of the center, and you're done. That's the last bit of solving to do.
No!
Yeah, he says that when you're one click away from winning.
Help me! Someone, please help me!
Get up!
I can't
Run
do
away!
it. I can't. I looked over here and something happened. Oh, someone, please help me! Aha! Come here, you little one! One last puzzle. Someone help!
There is one last Easter egg here. In the chest. Oh, and I missed I'm sorry, I missed an Easter egg in the chapel. I apologize for that. It just occurred to me just now. Yeah, the skeleton's like, what are you doing messing around with this Easter egg? Just go beat the game already. It's in there. Just click on the damn door already. Bye. So yeah, there is another skeleton in the game. If after solving the chapel puzzle you try to turn left rather than right, there's an organ there, and there's a little cutscene with a skeleton playing it. So if that interests you, you can play the game yourself, or watch a YouTube video of it or something.
It's okay, darling.
No, it isn't.
You know I won't hurt you. Just come upstairs.
It hasn't happened yet.
Let me! No! Let me!
It's happening now. I've been here before. I've seen all this. Over and over.
Help me! Someone, please!
Tried to help myself. Always failing.
You little brat.
Hope you weren't expecting the ending to make sense, but here you go.
Smell. I can't breathe.
I brought him the one you wanted. The best. Someone, please, help me. I just want to get out. My wish. I'll get my wish. Oh no! You cheated me. You promised me.
Run for Pete's sake!
You saved me. It's all been changed now. Now
And forever.
The end. I love the song that plays during the end credits. Twitch is gonna mute it, but I'll let it play anyway. There are a lot of funny in-gags in the credits. Volume 1. There was a Volume 2, the 11th hour. Which I'll play through at some point. Game concept and design, Grim Devine. Rob Landeros is also the art director, which is why a self-portrait takes the place of a photo for him. Yeah, I learned that the hard way, LOZ. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to keep the VOD for this. I am recording it offline as well, so I might be able to put it on YouTube or something. If anyone even cares. Yep, there it is. Yeah, George Sanger is the fat man, but he lists himself again there, Team Fat. Yeah, talent, director, casting, and costuming, she did it all. In my closet Love how he's connected to everything. That sound coming through the dresser on a night as black as pitch. Yep. First location clue. Key Gripe. Duplicates are way too expensive. Additional makeup, Clyde-a-While Funeral Home. Dr. B. Goody MD is assistant to Mr. Big Bang. Psychic consultant Dear Abby. Best girl phone number. Bodyguards to the crew Ghostbusters. A number of amusing little jokes in there. I didn't even get to read them all. Oh dear, Phantasmagoria. Oof. Dead singer Elvis. Elvis, any number of Fable. In my closet, rattling tonight. All cast members of the 7th Guest stayed at the luxurious Bates Motel, where showering is always an adventure. Oh, man. I'll let you read that one yourself.
Back for more?
So when you first fire up the game, if you don't have any saved files, Stealth says, "Welcome to my house." If you do, then he says that. Back for more, and laughs. And if you have beaten the game, then there's an Easter egg on the Ouija board. You can simply click any corner of it, and it brings you to this list of, it brings you to this grid of images here, where you can jump to any one of the puzzles in the game that you like. And this stays permanently unlocked. This replays the intro video again. Or we can simply go back to the Sphinx in the usual manner by clicking at the top. And of course, I mean, I have to show you what happens when you quit the game.
Come back!
But yeah, that's the 7th Guest. Will I ever play through the 11th hour? Probably, at some point, eventually. But I'm not exactly in a rush. And that's my stream. That's my walkthrough for the 7th Guest. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Never forget to play. I'll catch you next time.